Yes. So guys, now last session we discussed about this Django installation. We discussed it, sir. So if you want to install Django, first of all, what is the prerequisite in our machine means Python software is required. Python software is required. Why Python is required means the Django framework is purely developed by using the Python software only. That is one reason. And also when we are installing Python software into our machine, so along with Python software, one pip command is coming that is available in Python location inside the script folder. Okay, so pip command is responsible to install the Django framework, to install the Django framework related module. That's why Python software is must be required. Okay, so you know already three types of modules we have: predefined, user-defined, and third-party. So along with Python software coming modules, we are calling predefined modules. As a developer, you are writing modules, you are calling user-defined modules. And third-party module means along with software not coming and you are not developing. Somebody is developing, third-party people, and those people maintaining in the internet location. So by using the pip command, we are going to get these third-party modules into your local system. Okay. So using pip when you are installing one particular module, guys, that module is available inside along with Python predefined modules. Where predefined modules are there, along with that place only, the third-party modules also going to be storing. Okay, so remember that one. Hundreds of third-party modules are there. For example, these all are third-party modules only. Okay, so remember that one. And Python means software you are downloading and you are clicking next like this. You are going to install these all things. Okay, so already you are a Python developer, sir. Already you know Python. You are practicing Python and you are completing Python. You are joining the Django. Okay, so even though you are not completing Python, some basics you know, then you are able to understanding the Django. Okay, so basics means Python indentation, variable structure, and Python functions, class creating these things. If you know, then you can do it. This Django framework. You can learn now. This one, okay. Now the Python is a software you are downloading and manually you are installing, sir. But Django is a module. So by using the pip command, you are going to install the point. Remember. Understanding, guys? So pip install required module name you are going to install. So I want to install the Django module. That's why pip install Django. So when I'm using this module, what happening, guys? When I'm using this module, okay. So this module latest version finding pip command going to web location and finding for Django module latest version finding and downloading that, guys. Okay. So for example, this is old version. This is the latest version. So pip command is coming to this web location and finding the latest version of Django and getting that one and installing that one. Okay. If you want particular version, one particular specific version, if you want, then Django double equal to version number you are going to give. That is the point. Okay. When you are working with pip command in your system, internet must be required. First time when we are working with pip command, the point remember, guys. Okay, then only from the web location you are going to get the third-party module. After installing this third-party module is storing inside Python script folder. Guys. Okay, so now successfully I installed last session, guys. Successfully we installed Django modules. So when we install Django module into our system, inside our system, we are getting one file which name as what? Django-admin.py. Django-admin.py. This is a Django framework related file, sir. Django framework related file. So after getting this file into our local system along with Python software, this is available. Okay. Now onwards, you are able to create the Django project by using this file. By using this file, you are able to create in the Django project. Okay. So if you want to create the Django project, what is a command? Command is this one command. Django-admin. This is the command, file name. Django-admin start project. Django-admin start project followed by project name. Whatever you want, you can give it this name. This is a user-defined name. Okay. So left side part is predefined one. Right side part is predefined one. Understand this one? Yeah, guys. So after creating this project, so you are going to get one folder which name as a demo project. This is acting like a root folder. Inside this root folder, again demo project folder is coming. That is our main project. Inside that main project, how many files are coming, guys? So assumption, yesterday topic, remembering all the yesterday topic, not assumption. Okay. So demo project containing 4 files by default. 4 files you are getting. Okay. So one is a init file, another one is a WSGI file, another one is a URL file, another one is a settings file. Okay. Each one having separate behavior. I will discuss it sometime. Okay. Yes, I created this project, sir. After that, along with this project, one manage.py file also you are getting, yes, sir. Okay. Inside this demo project root folder, one project demo project with 4 files, and again one separate file manage.py file you are getting. Okay. So that manage.py file is responsible to creating the applications. Okay. So that's why after creating this demo project, you need to change the directory into this location. We are changing the directory means cd, nothing but current directory. Change the directory. CD stands for change the directory. Okay. So cd demo project means change the directory into this location. That is the mean. Okay. Now your command prompt you are going to get like this way. You are going to get finally. So command prompt with cd, our project demo root project. Okay. So demo project is nothing but our root folder. Now here I want to execute my application creating command. So what is that command means? Here Python manage.py, and I want to create this app starting. So start app, Python manage.py start app. Here project purpose Django-admin start project, followed by project name. Here followed by application name. Any name you can take, guys. Project name any name you can take. Application name any name you can take. For each understanding purpose, same project, demo app. Okay. First project, first app. It's like some meaningful names we are going to take. Okay. Yeah. After creating this application, then inside this application, one folder migration, which name as migrations. One folder you are getting, and 6 files you are getting. 6 files you are getting. Okay. So the structure last session we discussed. So this is our programming structure. This is our programming structure. So this is our project. Sometimes when we are attending interviews, when you are attending the interview, people are asking, can you explain project flow, execution flow? Right now you don't know that project execution flow, so you are getting right. Okay. So after creating the project and application name, what files are coming? Can you explaining all the files? Okay. Can you show the diagram? What structure you are going to get like this? Asking. So now here, this is one folder. This is what? One folder. Now again here, this is one folder. 2 folders you are getting inside our root folder. Okay. So these are 2 folders, and this one is file. This is single file, not folder. Okay. So this is a single file you are getting up. Single file you are getting up. Understanding, guys? Yeah. Now inside this demo project, you are getting one folder which name as migrations folder, and then 6 files you are going to get, guys. Inside that 6 files you are getting up. Okay. So different files you are getting, and slowly we will discuss about these files. Now here inside this project you are getting the 4 files. So this is the structure, guys. Project structure. After creating application name, project name, default structure this one. Coming days, our own files, our user defined files we are going to create, and our user defined folders we are going to create. Coming session, folder 1, folder 2, like this n number of folders we are going to create, guys. N number of folders we are going to create. Clear this one? So here this is what project, and this is what application. This point, remember, this is becoming like a folder. This folder containing project name and application name. That is the concept. Clear, guys? Yes. So here one templates folder is coming session, guys. So remember, right now I created by using the command from my project name and application name. So templates folder One folder is there, coming session you are going to get. Using command prompt, if we created project name and application name, the templates folder is not coming by default. Okay, so when it is coming by default, we will discuss. Wait some time. Right now, not coming. Using command prompt, if you are creating, that is not coming by default. When it is coming means when we are using some real-time IDs, development IDs are there, guys. So when we are using some real-time IDs, then you are going to get by default the template folder also. Okay, so later we will discuss about those all things. So I hope you are understanding this structure. Okay, so majorly we are using what? Majorly we are using a settings.py file and urls.py file majorly, regularly. Okay, and then these are three files you are going to use: admin file, models file, views file. Remaining all are dependencies file only. Okay, so interconnected, all together interconnected. So one more point I'm giving right now. So inside the settings.py file, our project related all settings, okay, our project related all settings we are going to write. This is the actual main file. Okay, so what database you are using, guys? What database you are using? Database related settings. What authentication classes you are using? Authentication class related settings. Okay, so you don't know right now concepts. Just I'm telling assumption. Okay, so what static files you are using? What media files you are using? Okay, what installed apps are there? For example, inside for this project, this is the application. This is the application. We can also create one more application. Okay, one project with a number of applications is possible. Today I will tell that those all things. Okay, so like our project related all the settings we are going to write inside the settings.py file. Lot of code coming by default, and we are going to write some extra lines code only without disturbing existing code. Understand, guys? Okay. Now inside the URLs, all our URLs we are going to write, guys. For example, facebook.com, youtube.com, okay, whatsapp.com, like a lot of bookmystore.com, like a number of URLs are there. So these kind of URLs we are going to develop inside this urls.py. Got it? Yes. The next admin.py. I told Django by default comes with admin site application. So that admin site application, if you want to open and if you want to write your own code in that admin site, okay, then you are going to work with admin.py file. Coming session you are getting these all things practically. And the models.py. So database, every program on database we are using. So to interact with that particular database, and you want to create tables, you want to create some data like this. So database related concepts inside the model.py you are going to write. Okay, and then views. Inside the views, all our business code we are going to write. I want to get all records. I want to get single record. I want to delete record. Or else I want to display registration page. I want to display login page. Okay, like this. So whatever you want to developing for your application, those all logics, business code. Okay, inside this views.py you are going to write. And inside the app.py our application configurations are there. Inside this test.py cross checking we are going to do it. Okay, so major files are admin, models, views, settings, and URLs. Okay, so at the time of developing our coding you are going to get these all things practically, guys. So far are you understanding, guys? All of you? I hope you are understanding the structure. So no problem. Regularly we are going to discuss. Regularly we are going to create the project name, application name, and these all files are coming, and each file is why like this we are going to discuss. So after completing some program, definitely you are understanding. If you have any little bit doubt today, so coming session also we are going to discuss like this way. So then definitely you are going to understand. Clear? Yes, guys. Now, so last session, some extra points also are given, sir. So when we are opening the command prompt, I want to open directly Python prompt, sir, using my command prompt. Okay, using my command prompt. What is this one? CMD. Okay, so using this command prompt, if you want to open the Python, then simply you are going to type this Python and you are going to click enter. all people not getting sir immediately Python prompt. Triple greater than symbol is nothing but Python prompt. Okay, so all people are not going to get immediately after typing this Python command prompt. Only some people are getting, some people are not getting. Okay, so why not getting some people means Python environment variables they are not providing. As a Python developer, we need to have that knowledge. That is a primary goal, sir. Primary responsibility. Python environment variables, how we adding into environment variable section. Okay, I don't know sir how we adding. Then what I need to do means don't ask friends sir. Just ask Google. Okay, Google is first your friend sir, best friend for learning the course sir. Understand this one? So how to providing the Python environment variables when you are typing in the Google, you are going to get all settings sir. Next to do like this, next to do like this, everything step by step you are going to get guys sir. So 1 or 2 times you are doing yourself manually. So next onwards you are only going to do all the solutions. Okay. So first always don't expect from the friends solutions. Yourself you need to try. When you are getting these exceptions, sir, when you are doing practice, if you are getting the exception means so you are going to get knowledge. Without exception, if you are getting all output successfully means so you are not getting much knowledge. When we are getting the exception only, so why that is coming, we are thinking and we are solving that one. Okay, so coming session when we are going to develop in our application, wantedly I'm going to show you a lot of exception. So when coming particular exception, why that is coming, how we are solving, so these things I will show you, no problem. Understand guys? Yes sir. So last session I did not take in guys your mails. So today at the end of this session, okay, don't left all the people immediately. I'll take all the mails. So up to today, so far what we are going to discuss, the all things I will say to your mail. Okay. Then when you are reading these all concepts, then further concepts more easily you are going to be understanding. And same time Python related installation and environment variables, how we are adding these all screenshots also you are going to get guys. Screenshots. I arranged all the things, no problem. So I'll show you one more time environment variables and then we will start the today's session. No problem. These all are demonstration only, starting days. That's why I'm giving yesterday class some overview. Then more easily you will understand. Once your basics you are very strong, when we are in very strong this basics, then further concepts development more easily you are going to understanding guys. Clear? Yes. So first of all, where my Python software is there? Where my Python software is there? So means inside the C drive, inside the C drive you are going to get inside the C drive, inside the C drive. Next where sir? Inside the users, inside the your username, and now here data. So by default this is a hidden folder. How we are going to enable? How we are going to enable this hidden folder? Means by clicking this view menu. Okay, now you can click this view menu. Yes guys, see after clicking this view menu, then here hidden items one checkbox is there. We need to select this one. When you are selecting that one, then this app data is going to be enabled. Otherwise this is going to be by default this is a hidden folder. We are not going to see that one. So this knowledge is required. So after that inside the app data, so next you are going, so local, and then programs is there. Inside here somewhere programs is there. Programs inside the programs. Now here Python is there. Inside the Python 3.7. So up to this one is what location? This is an interpreter location, Python executable file location. Okay, and inside this folder one subfolder is there. Inside this location one subfolder script location is there. Inside this pip is there. Okay, one time this one you are copy and paste inside environment variables. Another time, so up to this location slash scripts slash you are going to give inside this script your pip location is there. Pip file is there. Understanding guys? So these are two locations so you need to give inside the environment variable section. Okay, So how you are going to give environment variable section is right click on this PC, right click on your computer and click on properties and click on advanced system settings. Left side is there. It is going to open. Little time is taken. So here advanced system settings. Click on that one and next one window displaying. Click on environment variables here. Click on the environment variables and then here path is there inside the system variables. So select that path and then click edit. Here some servers are there, some paths are there, different paths. Now I'm going to give these things. Okay, so first one is pip related, second one is interpreter related. These two things you need to add, guys. Then successfully you are able to installing Django related third party modules, all the things. Okay. Yes. Now open your command prompt. Yes, this is my command prompt. So now I entered here Python, I got it this Python prompt. If I want to come back, Control Z, then you are coming to back. Okay, so when you want to install any third party module, here only pip install followed by required module name you are going to write. So coming sessions n number of modules we are going to install like that. So syntax remember up to now. Okay, and what versions you installed in your system. If you want to see Python version, so how we are going to see means Python hyphen and hyphen version. We're going to get, guys, 3.67. So same place here Django hyphen admin you are going to use in this place Django hyphen admin hyphen version. Then you are going to get the Django version. Clear? So up to these things last session we discussed, guys. So now we will discuss so new concepts today. So what is that one means? First of all, you created project name and you created applications. You created project name and you created one application already. So project is what? What is project? What is project and what is application? Okay. So project is nothing but a folder, sir. Project is nothing but a folder which is maintaining n number of applications. It is maintaining a number of applications, a number of folders, a number of files. That is nothing but project. So simply project is nothing but a folder. Project, okay, is nothing but a folder which may contain at least which may contain at least one project, at least one application, sorry, at least one application or at most n number of applications. Okay, so this is the definitions of project related. A project is nothing but a folder which may contain at least one application and at most n number of applications. So what is this meaning means one project can contain one application. Okay, at least one application means application is mandatory. Every project is required one application, sir. So one project and inside that project, for example, previously we created what, guys? So demo project demo simply wait, guys, here power loss, right? Yes. So now project you are taking. So inside this project, this is a root folder. Now you are getting what? Our main project. Okay. So this is a demo project. You are going to take. Okay. Now here one application also you are going to get one application demo app you are getting. Okay. So this is the thing. One project, one application mandatory. If you want n number of applications, Okay, so here sample, I'm going to take another project, another application, sample app. Okay, so now this root folder, this is a root folder which containing the project, the project containing application 1, application 2. Okay, so like this n number of applications are, when we are developing the real time, n number of applications we can write all applications. This is application 1, application 2, application 3. These all applications containing only one project. One project can containing maybe a number of applications or at least one application. So this is the definition, guys. Clear? Okay. So every application is indicating one particular task, sir. Every application can specify one particular task. For example, if you are taking a banking related, sir, it's a bank application I'm taking. Inside the bank application, all the employees, bank employees are there, bank customers are there. Okay, so to maintaining all bank employees information, bank customers information, I'm developing one application, bank app. My project name is a bank project. My application name is bank app, guys. Understand one? Okay. Next, for the bank, different sectors are there, sir. For example, bank is giving different loans, agriculture loan, home loan, education loans, like these all things, sir. So these are loans related. Separately, I want to maintain loans related. Separately, I want to maintain. Then, so separately loan application we are going to create, sir. In that loan application, again separate sectors are there: agriculture loan, home loan, car loan, like this. Okay, and one application is maintaining for only information, customers information, employees information, customers information, maintaining purpose one application, and loans information, maintaining purpose one application. Okay, so like that, sub applications we can create. If you want to take one hospital application, you can take, guys. Hospital project. My project name is hospital project. Healthcare project. Okay, so in that healthcare project, one application is there, general application. Okay, health app. In that application, I'm maintaining just hospital related information. What is hospital? Who is the CEO? Who is the manager of that hospital? Like these all things. Dean of hospital. Everything you are maintaining. Okay, so one application I'm maintaining for only patient information, patient app. Okay, one application I'm maintaining for only drugs information, sir. Medicines are there. Every hospital people providing medicines to the patients. Okay, so all medicines related one application I'm taking. All medicines related one application I'm taking. Okay, and one doctor, every medical college. I mean, some hospitals having medical colleges. Okay, so to maintaining that medical college information, separate application I'm taking. As project name is same, healthcare project. Inside that healthcare project, medicine related application is there, medicine related application is there, and medical college related application is there. Patient to doctors information maintaining related application is there. Like a number of applications we can create. That is one project containing a number of applications definition. Clear this one? So just knowledge purpose this one. So how creating project, how creating application, right now you know. Clear, guys, this one so far? Okay. Now, so come on. So today we will discuss about the Django architecture, guys. Once architecture completing, then onwards the program development we are going to start. Real-time development. I mean, our programs execution development we are going to start. Okay. So after learning slowly, one by one concept, then finally how we are developing real-time code, you will understanding. Clear, guys? This one? Yes. Okay. Now you can see here Django follows what architecture? Very important question, sir. Django follows what architecture? What is architecture? Simply I'm taking this one, sir. So when you are attending interview, guys, when you are attending the interview person asking, so Django follows what architecture? Can you explain about the architecture? This is a mandatory question, sir. for all Django developers. Understand one? So we will discuss that one now. So here Django follows MVT architecture. MVT architecture. This is architecture, sir. MVT. I'll tell about the MVT. Okay. So where M stands for models. Where M stands for models. Okay. Next V stands for views. Okay. Next T stands for templates. Understand one? So M stands for models, V stands for views, T stands for templates. This is the structure, MVT architecture. Okay. So now here, using models, what we are going to do? Using models, what we are going to do means database logics. Database logics we are going to performing using the models. Okay. Every project and application containing the database. Real-time application, anything you can take. Without database, no applications are going to run. Okay. So separate we have database section. That time I will tell more clearly about the database with some real-time examples. Okay. Yes, guys. Now using views, what we are going to do means our application related business logics we are going to performing, guys. Our application related business logics we are going to write. Okay. So next business logics means what I want to do using my application. For example, I want to get all records, I want to get single record, I want to do it user registration. Okay. I want to create one login page for user logins purpose. Like this, I want to display contact page, I want to display feedback page. These all things nothing but business logics only. Okay. So next T stands for what? Templates. So T stands for templates. Templates is used for maintaining the presentation logics. Presentation logics, guys. Are you understanding, guys, what I'm telling? Okay. So Django follows MVT architecture. Some people are also called as MTB architecture, sir. Other is not important. Okay, terms important. Okay, MVT architecture, where M stands for model, using model database logics we are writing, and V stands for views. We are going to write the business logics here. T stands for template, and we are going to maintain the presentation logics of our application. Understand, one? Yes, you can take one example. Any applications, when you are taking any application, database, business logic, presentation logic must be required. Am I right? When you are taking any application, real-time applications, so front-end part required, guys. Front-end part. Example, I'll take like this one. So this is my application related front-end. Okay. Now here some back-end code. Back-end code you are going to write, and here database we have. Okay. So for example, one DB I have, which is a MySQL DB. Later we will discuss about the DB. So some records I have, some records I have. So here one user is there, sir. Human being is there. One human being person is there. So this person sending the queries. This person sending the queries to the presentation. Okay. So this is nothing but UI, sir. Simply we are calling what? Front end code presentation. Okay. So this is what here back end logics are nothing but business code. Business code. Okay. So presentation nothing but what, sir? Front end we are calling front end development, and business code nothing but we are calling what? Back end development. Understands one? Okay. Presentation part nothing but front end. Front end code by using what technologies you are going to develop in? UI technologies. Nothing but user interface, guys. User interface. What are the UI technologies? Means HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Okay. Bootstrap, like a number of things you are going to discuss. Coming sessions, we are also going to discuss about these all things. Wait. Okay. So now using this presentation, for example, I want to create one port record here, sir. I want to create one port record. Then what you are developing here, if it is a student related application, okay. So student number, student name, and the student marks assumption. 3 fields I developed the presentation. HTML forms. Okay, one submit button you are going to write. One submit button. For example, I'm going to take here create button. Okay, so this is my form, sir. This is my form. This is my form. Now here you are going to give some number, some name, and some marks you are entered, and you are going to click this create button. You're going to click create button. Now, whatever the data you are giving in this front end, using front end, okay. So this entire data is receiving by or is accepted by, okay, backend logic, sir. As a backend developer, you are going to write that logic, sir. So when user entered some input using the front end, as a backend developer, we are waiting for the data. When user submitting, then we are capturing the data, sir, by writing our logic, sir. How writing logics coming session you are going to get. Okay. So here user accessing all backend developers, not user. Backend developer is accessing all user provided data. For example, user sending one data. Student number is 10. Okay. Student name is, for example, Ravi, and the student marks 90 marks sending. So these all data accepted. I'm receiving here by writing the backend logic. Receiving, and this data we are transferring to database. We are transferring to database. Okay. Now this in this location you are going to create the data. Student number 10, student name Ravi, student marks 90. Like this records we are going to store, sir. Okay. So database purpose at least 1 DB knowledge is required. For example, here we are going to discuss about the MySQL database related. Okay. And then business logic code writing purpose at least one backend technology is required. So for example, Python related framework, any one language and that language related framework. Are you understanding, guys? Python related framework, Django framework. So using that Django, you are going to receive the data. Okay. So here presentation, business, database. So this database knowledge purpose, Django is providing what concept? Models concept, guys. Models concept. Okay. And this business logic writing purpose, Django is providing what concept? Okay. So here I will write. Yes, models is there. Now here business code writing purpose, views file is there, and presentation is a presentation displaying purpose. What concept is there? Templates. So this is MVT architecture, guys. MVT architecture. Every application is required both three concepts: models, views, and templates. Are you understanding, guys, this one? So later, slowly we'll understanding how developing this presentation and how we are sending data, how this backend developer receiving the data, and how we are forwarding this backend data to the database. These all things we will discuss very slowly. Okay. So this is general presentation only, explanation, and we have architecture diagram. Each files how they are communicating. Okay, view communicating to models, view communicating to templates, how they all are interconnected. We will discuss, guys. Are you understanding so far? This one, front end and back end and database related, all knowledge is required to developing on full-fledged application. Okay, so guys, now, so here Django follows what architecture? Now you are able to give this response. I hope. Now some other languages, what are the other languages means? Java.NET. Some other languages like Java.NET. So those languages follows the .NET. Those languages follows the what architecture? That is follows MVC architecture, guys. My voice coming clear? Yeah, guys. I hope you are getting now voice clear. Yes, sir. So Java or .NET, other languages are.
So other languages follows what architecture? Means Java or .NET follows the MVC architecture, guys. MVC architecture. This is the concept. So where MVC stands for what? Django follows MVT. MVT stands for MVT. Okay. Now MVC we are going to discuss. M. What is this one? M. So here also M stands for models only. M stands for models only. V stands for views only. C stands for controllers. C stands for controllers, guys. Okay. So I will write here. Next, C. So now you can take it here. This is the views related logics, and this is the what? Controller related logics. Controller logics. I mean full stands for I'm writing, guys, not logics. So models logics. Okay. So here also models nothing but database related logics only we are going to performing, and view. So in this Java, sir, in this Java, view is maintaining the presentation logic, guys. View is maintaining the presentation logic, sir. But in our Django, view maintaining the business logic. So that is the difference. Okay. In Java, who is maintaining the business logic means controller is maintaining the business logics, guys. Controller is maintaining the business logics. Clear this one? So Java follows MVC architecture where M stands for models, which is maintaining the database logics. V stands for views, which is responsible to maintaining the presentation logics. C stands for controller, which is responsible to maintaining the business logics. Okay. Whereas in our Django follows the MVT architecture. Here models used for database logics, views for this views is used for business logics, template is used for presentation logics. Okay. So can you explain about MVT and MVC architecture? MVT and MVC architecture differences people are asking, guys. Okay. So then when you are attending the interview, in your mind, guys, in your mind you can make it one small. This is what? Models. So here models nothing but what, sir? M stands for model. Like this I'm going to write. Okay. So here for business logic purpose, what is there? Controllers is there, sir. Controllers is there. Okay. So controllers stands for here nothing but C. Are you understanding, one? So this is the C related, sir. Yes. So next here, business logics. This presentation logics. Django follows templates. So here for the presentation logics purpose, we are using what? Here views. We are using views. So V stands for here V. Are you getting this one? So this is the communication, guys. This is the communication. So I'm writing here. Yes. So in your mind, you need to draw these diagrams. When people are asking interview, differences between MVT and MVC architecture. So Django follows a MVT architecture, and you are going to explaining these all structures. Okay. So in Java follows a MVC architecture. So you are going to give explanation. So in Django, models are used for database logics communication purpose. In Java also models are used for database logics purpose only. No problem. Next, in Django, views are used for making the business logics, but in Java, controllers are used for controller are responsible to maintaining the business logics. That is one difference. Okay. Next, in Django, templates are used for maintaining the presentation logics, but in Java, views are responsible to maintaining the presentation logics. Are you guys understand this one? Okay. So this is you need to give response. A lot of times asking main question is Django follows what architecture? Can you explain about the architecture flow? So right now architecture flow we did not discuss it. Only MVT architecture related concepts only we discussed. execution flow we will discuss. Wait some time. And another one. So can you explain about RSA? What is the difference between MVT and MVC architecture? Then you are going to give this all explanation. Sir, what I am giving here, these all things clearly you are going to get notes. Sir. You are going to get notes. Sir. Soft copy you are getting, and class notes also you are getting, sir. Typing material you are getting, and class notes, written notes also you are getting, sir. Notebook notes, sir. Okay. So previous my offline batch notes I will forward to you. Remember that one. Okay. So far we discussed about the MVT architecture. Now execution flows are MVT architecture, how it is executing programs. Now we will discuss. So major files are what? Models and views and templates only. But when we created our application, guys, n number of files coming up. Am I right? So inside project 4 files coming, inside application 6 files coming. Total by default 10 files are coming. Out of these all things, 3 are important: model, views, and templates. So here 1 point remember, guys. 1 point remember. So when we created our project name and application name, model file coming, sir. Models.py, that file is coming by default. Again views.py file also coming. But templates are not coming, sir. Templates is not a file, sir. Models.py Python file, views.py Python file. Templates is a folder, sir. Template is a folder. This is not file. This is not a Python file. This is a folder. This is a folder. This folder is maintaining all our presentation related HTML, sir. So presentation how we are displaying means using the HTML only, sir. If you are using Java, .NET or Python, any language you can use. Presentation using the HTMLs only we are going to developing. All HTML files we are maintaining inside the templates folder. Okay, so to maintaining all HTML files of our application, we require one folder. That folder name is templates folder. Understand, fine? Okay. After creating project name and application name using the command prompt by using our queries, commands, create project query command and create application command already we done. So when you are creating project name and application name, models coming by default, views coming by default, but templates not coming by default. Templates folder not coming. What is the reason? So this is a separate we have session. That time you are going to get more clearly. So in interviews a lot of times asking about this one also. Django follows MVT architecture, but T stands for here templates. Templates folder not coming by default. What is the reason? Okay, using database you are handling. Using views business you are handling. So templates not coming. Without templates means a presentation you are unable to add. Then for your application, is templates not required or else is presentation not required? People are asking, guys. 100%. Okay, for our application presentation 100% required, but the templates folder not coming by default. Then what you are doing means manually I'm going to add that folder, manually I'm going to create. But that is follows architecture MVT. Why not coming templates manually automatically? Why you are creating manually? People are asking. So you need to give response properly. We have separate session. I will discuss about that one. Understand, friend? So simply here one point of view for your remembering purpose, just here understanding purpose. Inside this views only, both business code you can write and both presentation code also you can write, sir. Using views only, business code you can write, presentation code you can write. That's why templates folder is an optional. Templates folder is an optional. Okay. So later we will discuss why require templates mandatory. These all things later separately you are going to get, guys. Are you understanding so far this one? MVT architecture. I hope you are understanding. Yes. Now we are going to discuss about MVT architecture flow. MVT architecture flow we are going to discuss, guys. Flow structure we are going to discuss. Okay. So yes. Wait, guys. Wait. Yeah. So now can see here. I will draw here one small structure. Now So here I have my browser, sir. I have my browser, one browser I have, just assumption. So from the browser, we are going to send the request. After developing our applications, after developing our Django project, we are going to executing server. Okay. After running the server, from the browser, we are sending the URL, sir. For example, real time, you can see after opening the browser, www.facebook.com, gmail.com, youtube.com, bookmyshow.com, like this, whatever the site you want to open, whatever the application you want to open, you are going to send the request, sir, using the browser. Okay. So now from this browser, I'm sending one request. From this browser, I'm sending one URL. Request is nothing but URL, sir. Whenever I'm sending the request, I'm going to get response. Maybe response success, maybe response fail, guys. One point remember, for every request, response is coming 100%. But that response sometimes success, sometimes fail. When it is success, when it is fail, that is important. Okay. When it is success means our request related one resource is there to executing purpose. For example, when I'm sending www.facebook.com, if Facebook page is available, then you are getting a Facebook page is not available means you are not getting the home page, Facebook home page. Okay. So that is a failure response. Later we will discuss, we have separate session about that response request and response related. Okay. So now here I'm going to send the URL, sir. I'm going to send the URL. So nothing but http column slash slash slash. Okay. I mean http column slash slash localhost slash some port number slash like this. Some URLs are there, sir. Assumption. Okay. So now I created my URL. So 8000 my port number. Before port number http column slash slash localhost is there. Assumption. Okay. So now here I'm sending a FB slash simply shortcut I'm writing, sir. FB for Facebook related and YouTube related UT, Gmail related GM. I'm taking, sir, URL, sir. Just assumption. Okay. So now here Django project is there. Where is my cursor? Yes. Here. So this is my Django project, sir. This is what my Django project. My Django project is containing the group of files, sir. Already you know. After creating project, default files coming, lot of files, sir. Okay. So now we have one file which name as urls.py. We have one file which name as urls.py file, sir. Major files I'm telling here. urls.py. Okay. And we have one more file which name as views.py. Okay. Views.py. Yes. And we have one more file, important file which name as models file. What is that one? Models files are nothing but model.py file. Okay. We have one folder. This is a template folder, guys. We have one folder, template folder. This template folder is maintaining the all our HTMLs. Okay. So these are the main files, guys. Django MVT architecture working with these files are majorly. Okay. So now first I will draw all the files which are available. I will draw. So here I have one, by default one admin URL is there, predefined already this URL. Now I'm going to take one GM URL, nothing but Gmail related. I'm going to take one Facebook URL. Okay, Facebook related. Like 3 URLs are available inside my urls.py, guys. Assumption. Admin URL is by default is there, and Gmail URL, Facebook URL I'm going to create. Assumption I created. Understand, fine? Okay. So from the browser, we are going to send one request. First, that request is hitting the Django project, reaching the Django project. Okay. From the browser, whenever you are sending the request, that request first reaching to Django project. Why means with this port number, with this IP address, you are executing this Django project. Okay. So as guys, so this is we are calling what? Request sending. We are sending the request. Then first this request after reaching the Django project, first reaching the urls.py file, guys. First reaching the urls.py. With this URL, up to port number is common to these all URLs, guys. 8000/admin 8000/gm 8000/facebook, like this. Up to port number is common for these all URLs. Okay, now my main URL is what? FB. So inside this urls.py, with this name any URL is existed or not checking, top to bottom, guys. Okay, top to bottom. First one matching or not checking, not matching. Second one matching or not checking, not matching. Next, third one matching or not checking. Now this URL is matching, sir. Okay, so Facebook URL is matching. Facebook URL is matching. Understand, fine? So whenever we are sending the request from the browser, our request is reaching Django project urls.py, and in this urls.py, our request related any URL is available or not checking. If any URL is matching, any URL is matching. Okay, so Facebook URL is matching, sir. Comma, here one view name you are going to write. Okay, so Facebook view, FB view I'm writing. This is my view name, sir. If URL is matching, then correspondent view is going to be executed. That is the meaning. If any URL is matching, that correspondent side only one view name you are writing. Correspondent view name going to be executed. Okay, now all views available inside the views.py file, guys. All views available inside the views.py file. In Python we have def keyword. Using def keyword we are creating the functions. Here in Django also, by using def keyword only we are going to create the views. View is nothing but a Python function, remember right now. Okay, we have views separately. I will tell more clearly next session only. So now here gm view, one view is there, sir. What is that one? Gm view, Gmail related view, that one. Okay, then here some logics you are going to write. Some logics you are going to write that view related. Next, another view is what? FB view. FB view. So some input you are giving, and then finally you are going to close. So here also some logics you are going to write about the Facebook, sir. Okay, nothing but every view is nothing but one function. Every function is going to return some output, you know. Okay, so now here say when this view is hitting, then our cursor is going to views.py file, sir. Cursor is go to views.py file. So from top to bottom multiple views are available. So with this view name, any view is available or not checking, top to bottom. First one is not matching. Okay, come to second one. Now second one is matching, guys. Second one is matching. Then this view related logics going to be executed. This view related logics going to be executed means my request is going inside that view. Inside that view, what lines I executed, I created, those all lines going to be executed now. Are you understanding so far? From the browser, whenever I'm sending the request, my request first hitting the urls.py and they're searching for requested URL. If any URL is matching, then that correspondent view is going to be executed. Correspondent view is going to be executed. All views available inside the views.py file and searching for required view. If view available, then executed that view. Okay, finally view going to return response. View return the response. View taking request, giving the response. Okay, now my view is going to return a response to browser. Okay, now in this browser output I'm going to get simply response we are calling. So when I'm sending the request, I'm getting the response. When I'm sending the request, I'm getting the response. This is the one way, one flow. Okay, so next our view, sir. View is the main business logics writing here. So view sometimes interacted with models, sir, to managing the database. Okay, so why means here one database is there, DB is there, assumption. Your screen is not supporting, that's why I'm writing small things, sir. So view interacted with models to managing the database, means models interacted with the database. Okay, and database knowledge, I mean if any data if you want getting back. Now models return again the data back to the view. Understand, fine? So view interacted with models to managing the database. That is one point. Next, view interacted with templates to managing the presentation, guys. Okay, so in this templates folder, generally gm.html, gmail.html and fb.html, nothing but Facebook related HTML. Like this we are creating. Okay, so view interacted with templates. View interacted with templates to managing the presentation of our application. View interacted with models to managing the database logics. View interacted with the templates folder to managing the presentation logics. Okay, now after hitting this one means my view is calling Facebook HTML. Now Facebook HTML gives a response back to browser. This is the one way response is coming directly from the view. Response is coming to HTML, sir. That is the one way. And from this template, response is going to browser. This is the another way. Are you getting this one? Responses are from the browser. Whenever I'm sending the request, I'm getting the response. Okay, so this is the communication. Again here I have one view. Where is my cursor? Yes, here is there, sir. So guys, here I have this view executing right now. From this view to another view, if you want to go from one view to another view, if you want to go, then I mean our view is interacted with another view also. That is the point mainly. Our view can interacted with another view also to sharing the information, to sharing the response. Simply, do you understand this one? So no problem, guys. So many times we are going to discuss this one. Today you are getting entire structure. Tomorrow, next session onwards, parts wise you are going to get first browser to URLs, next URLs to views, like this. Sections wise we are going to discuss more clearly. So now assumption overview again I'm going to tell. So I developed one Django project. I developed what? One Django project, guys. Okay. Now this is my Django project. After developing Django project, I have some URLs. So those URLs from the browser, I'm going to execute. That is the first point. From the browser, whenever we are sending the request, then first reaching where? Django urls.py. In this urls.py, if any URL is matching, then corresponding to view is going to be executed. Okay. So then cursor is going to views.py. Inside views.py, if required view is available, or matching, then going to execute that view. Now our view interacted with models to managing the presentation, to managing the database logics. View interacted with templates to managing the presentation. View interacted with another view to sharing the data. Like this, all files interacted with views only, guys. Okay, so URL to view interacted for executing, guys. This one, Facebook URL matching with Facebook view. Okay, Facebook view matching with interacted with the models. Facebook view interacted with the templates. Facebook view interacted with another view like a Gmail view. Understand, span? So here view only major roles are taking. View taking major role. All business logics are available in this view only. Coming session you are going to get how writing these all business logics. So far, are you understanding, guys, this communication? Okay. Now view taking request, guys. View taking like this way, guys. Can see. So direct diagram I'm writing. See. So this is my request, and going to here, and I'm going to get the response back this direction, sir. Response back this direction I'm getting. Okay. So whenever we are sending the request, view taking that request, giving the response via in different formats. Okay. How my view going to return response to the browser? Okay. Separate methods are there, sir. So major methods, 3 methods are there. So as a Django developer, you need to be remembering these all things. Response. Okay, this is the one method, sir. So by using the HTTP response method, our view returns response directly to browser, sir. From view to browser, response how coming means using the HTTP response method. That is one point. Okay. Next we have these methods. Tomorrow also I will explain, sir. No problem. So we have render method. Render method is for what purpose? Means view to template communication purpose, sir. Okay. So here our view is there. From this view to this template, if you want to communicating, okay, then we are going to use a render method. So from view to template communicating purpose, use render method. Use render method. Understand this one? Okay. Next, we have another method, redirect method. Redirecting. Okay. So when we are using redirect method means from one view to another view. If you want to redirecting, if you want to communicating, then use redirect method. From one view to another view, if you want to communicating, then go for use redirect method. Okay. And view to template, if you want to communicating, then use render method. And view to browser, if you want to send the response, then use HTTP response method. Understand this one? Okay. And view to models communicating purpose, ORM layer is there, Django ORM layer. We are going to discuss separately. Okay. By using Django ORM layer, nothing but models concept. Using Django models code, you are going to communicating. You are going to communicating from view to models. Are you understand this one? So here, what purpose we are using these three methods means majorly to return the response from view to different location. Okay. So here, after executing this view, I generated response. I generated response. Always view only returns response. Okay. View to browser. If you want to return response, use HTTP response method. From view to template, if you want to return response, then use render method. And view to another view, if you want to communicate, if you want to transfer the request, transfer the response, then use a redirect method. Then use a redirect method. Understand this one? So this is the MVT architecture flow, sir. MVT architecture flow. Okay. So major files, this ones are URLs, views, templates, models. So always from the browser URL sending, URL inside URL going, and URLs to views going, views to templates going, templates to browser going response. Or else directly views to browser going one way. Or else one view to another view we are going, and that view to template or else browser we are going. Like different sections are there, guys. Okay. Now can see when we are going to start the application, sir, when we are going to start the application, at the end of the session, by combining these all section, by combining these all things, you are going to, by combining these all things, you are going to developing, sir, you are going to developing application. Okay. So URLs, views, models, templates, all concepts together we are going to write. But initial days we are not writing, sir. Initial days only, if I am explaining all things means you are not understanding. Then what we are doing means first we are going to developing only some basic URL. To execute particular URL, some basic views we are writing, sir. Okay. Only URL to view. One URL we are sending, that URL executing one view, that view return output. So URL view only we are discussing some days. After understanding that one, only models we are discussing, sir. Without these all things, URLs, views, templates, these all things. Once understanding models, only templates we are discussing. Okay, only templates. Once understanding these all things also, next URLs, views, models. Okay, these three structure we are going to discuss some days. After that, these three structure we are discussing some days. Okay, and then we are going to make it all things. That time you are going to get some mini kind of projects, major projects you are going to get. Okay, sections wise we are going to divide, sir. Then more easily will understanding. Lot of programs, lot of projects we are going to discuss. So you will understanding definitely. I will take care that all responsibility. Understand this point? So these all things are like a demo sessions are. That's why overview only I'm giving. When started practically, these all diagrams again more clearly I will explaining. They are just overview I'm giving. So for understanding, guys, I hope you are understanding about the structure, MVT architecture, and what I explained here structure. This entire structure related flow theoretically also you are getting. Whenever we are sending the request from the browser, our request reaching the urls.py, if any URL is matching inside the urls.py, then correspondent view is going to executed. Okay, like this all theoretical you are getting, guys. Everything you are getting. Understand this one? Then what is the use of HTTP response method? what is the use of render method, what is the use of redirect method. Not only these methods, so many methods are there, but these three are major methods. As a Django developer, you need to have knowledge about these three methods. N number of times we are going to discuss about these three methods, guys. Clear this one? Yeah. Okay, so guys, first give all you people mails. Okay, so far I will forward these all things, and then we will discuss. I mean, already 8:20. Okay, to taking mails only this time is enough. Okay, so next session, about the views more clearly I will explain, guys. About the views. Okay, right now you know MVT architecture. So then we will discuss about the views some points, and then I will create the projects. Okay, so then we will get the output on the browser. Slowly we will apply the presentation, all the things. Clear, guys? Okay, so Surendra is giving a mail, reminding guys. So when you are giving a mail, carefully type, guys. Spelling mistake you are typing means I'm not responsible. Okay, come on, other people can send mails. Already given mails. Okay, I'll take these all mails up. You can type in this chat box. I'll take, sir, all mails. You people mails. And if you have any doubt, any queries, can ask me now. Okay. Wait, I will unmute all the people. Otherwise, you are unable to talk. Yeah, guys. So do you have any queries?
Sir, in which file we write the template code?
Yeah, in views file. Inside the views, we are not writing. So separately, templates folder, there we are writing. So inside the views also presentation we will write. But templates you are not writing inside the views. HTML code you can write without template file creating. So separate structure is there. Inside view only how writing the presentation. But inside view only, both business and presentation, if you are writing, some problems are there. Okay, what are the problems are there? To overcome that problems, how we are getting the solution, these all things at the time of discussing templates you are going to get more clearly. Lot of questions also. Initially, why templates folder is not coming along with models and views? Question is more popular. You are going to get. I will give you these all things solutions coming sessions.
Okay,
Clear
sir.
this one? Yeah. Any
Yes, sir.
queries other?
No,
And I
sir.
told type all your mails. So you really are typing or not? I don't know all the people. The people who are typing here, I will forward these all things. And also I'm telling us, so as soon as possible, you people need to do registration. Okay. So from Monday to Saturday, we are discussing, guys. Monday to Saturday, only Sunday we don't have class. Okay. So tomorrow also we have session. Can plan that one, guys. Okay. So can I close session? So 3 mails I got it.
I have a question.
Yeah. Tell me, sir.
So it works on MVT model view. T is for model view.
Templates.
Template. Okay.
Yeah.
So
This one.
model database logics.
Yeah.
T is
By
for
using the views, business logics we are writing. T is for templates. T stands for templates. In these templates, all HTML code we are writing. HTMLs are nothing but presentation logics.
Okay. Business logic in the sense like for
means using the presentation you are entering some inputs, sir. Okay, that input how taking means using the business code you are going to take. User, for example, you are going to do Facebook registration, sir. At the time of doing Facebook registration or Gmail registration, some your username, password, first name, last name, your date of birth, email, like these all things you are giving input. Okay, and you are submitting. When you are clicking submit, then backside business people there, backend code developers are there. those people, whatever the data entered by users using the presentation, the data can catch here. Okay, and taking that all data, sending to database, storing into database for the further future purpose. Okay, next you are after registration done, you are going to log in your Facebook or Gmail. At the time of login, username password you are giving. So this username password related any existing user is there in my database or not, checking. These are logics we are writing here. Okay, if available existing username password, then you are already registered, then you can log in into my site. Otherwise, please enter the valid username password, like this error messages you are getting. Those kind of all the logics we are writing here. That is a business.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other? Okay guys,
And
3 mails I got it, and Janalakshmi is giving.
database means inserting into database, right?
So database means MySQL database or Oracle database, like we are going to install. So in that database, we are going to store data for the future purpose. Okay.
Storing
So
data.
for example,
Okay.
your name, your first name, your last name, your email, like you are giving your input. Those all input using this presentation you are giving, guys. Using this presentation you are giving. So that is by using this business logics, I'm going to access, and that data by using this database logics, I'm going to store into database. So somewhere my MySQL DB is there. In this place, I'm going to store. So username is so and so, email is so and so, password is so and so. Like this, I'm going to store all the things, records we are calling.
So how it is advanced over MVC?
Come again?
Is how it is advanced means over MVC means whether MVC is having a defect.
So see guys, here Django giving ORM structure, I'm telling previously. Okay, so right now we did not discuss about that one. ORM, one layer is sorry, what is this one? ORM, object relational mapping, one layer is there, one structure is there. Okay, so here we are not writing all SQL queries manually. If you want to communicate MySQL, no need of MySQL queries. If you want to communicate Oracle, no need of writing Oracle queries. Okay, just Django is following one ORM structure for the queries purpose. Okay, so just you are going to give ORM structure queries, and then you are going to execute some commands. Some commands are there. Later you are going to get after 1 or 2 sessions, maybe tomorrow session or day after tomorrow session, you are going to get. Okay, so when we are applying that queries, then this Django ORM code converted into SQL code format, particular database format converted automatically. Okay, now this SQL code taking and going to particular database, whatever you are using inside your where is that one? This is gone. You can see guys, now I'm telling. Yeah, so here what is there? ORM is there. So we have big session about this one. We will discuss more clearly diagrammatically. Just I'm giving overview. So here by writing some queries, our ORM code converted into SQL code format. Okay, next here my database is there, sir. For example, MySQL or else Oracle, whatever you are using, that one. So by applying one more command, SQL code taking into MySQL database, here tables you are going to get. Tables you are going to get. Every table is having a columns. For example, employee table, employee number, employee name, salary, address, company name, like this you are getting columns. Okay, so here just we are responsible to write ORM code only. ORM code only. When we are applying one query here, sir, when we are applying one query here, then this ORM code converted into SQL code format. SQL code syntax is there. Create table, table name, insert into table name, like queries are there. Okay, now again by applying one query, this SQL code converted into MySQL database format automatically. Okay, so we are responsible writing only this one. Okay, sir. After 1 month or 2 months, you don't want to use MySQL. You want to use Oracle. You want to use what DB? Oracle. Okay, then here, so same query you are using already. ORM query is converted into SQL. Now again this command you are using, second command. Then SQL code converted into Oracle format automatically. Tables going to be created here. But you are not writing any code manually, sir. Only one time you are writing this code. One time only you are writing. Then just you are going to execute these two commands. What are those commands? Later you are going to get. Okay. So which database you want to use in for your project? The database format converted automatically. But if you are using another MVC related Java, .NET, or these all things, so MySQL related separate queries, directly you are writing these queries, guys. In that ORM query is not there. Okay, so directly you are going to write these queries. Then you are converted into MySQL. Later you want to communicate it with Oracle. Then these all SQL queries you are removing, and you are going to write again Oracle format related SQL queries. So database to database separate SQL queries are there. So particular database related queries only you are going to write. Understand this one? And Django follows dry principle. Dry principle means don't repeat yourself. Write one time using n number of times, guys. Write one time using n number of times. So simply it follows the MVT architecture only. Coming session, some extra files also you are going to get. For example, one powerful concept, forms is there. Forms concept. So login page, registration page, logout page, feedback page, contact page, like this HTML presentation. If you want developing pure HTML code, we are writing, guys, generally. But in Django, no need of writing HTML yourself manually. This forms concept automatically generated login pages, registration pages, these all things. Okay, we are going to write our Django code only, not HTML code. Then automatically I'm going to get the HTML generated internally. How it is generated, these all things at the time of discussing forms concept, I will tell. Are you understanding this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, still the question is like MVT architecture comes in like picture. So it's one and the same, like MVC and MVT is same, or you said like
Almost same, sir. Sir, almost same, but Java people they are calling MVC. So here C means a controller they are calling. Name they are using like a controller. Okay. So here using controller they are maintaining the business logic. I given here clearly. Using the controller they maintained here. See, using the controller they are maintaining the business logic. Okay. But in Java, in Django, using the views we are maintaining the presentation logic. Means we have views.py. Inside the views.py business logics we are writing as a Django developer. But Java developers controllers.py controllers.java is there. Java files.java is taken. Okay. So controller file is there. Inside that they are writing the business logics. Okay. And we have templates folder. Inside that we are maintaining all our HTMLs and presentation we are writing. So they have views file. Inside that views they are writing all business presentation coding. Like a web structure is changing, but all people target is same. Model code, business database code writing, business code writing, presentation code writing. Way of working, okay, way of developing and way of executing is different. But target is same, all people target.
okay, perfect.
This one? Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So are you given your mail? I asked our mails. 3 people I got it mail. Remaining people given or not. When I'm closing this session, I will understanding. Here Surendra is given, and another person is given, and another person given. So after closing this session, I will take it directly mails easily. These all things storing in my documentation. Okay, 4 people given mails. Okay, guys, shall I close session? Any queries are there?
So
Okay.
please,
Yeah, tell me, madam.
hello, sir. Please,
Tell me, madam.
for once, tell that who are giving the mail, because in the chat window there are 5 people who are given the mail.
Okay. So 4 I got it somewhere. When I'm closing this session, all storing in file, then easily I can take those all things by opening the file. So here I need
Okay,
to
sir.
travel top to bottom. That's why little bit confusion will come. Okay, so no problem. I'll take
Okay,
that
sir.
one. Your mail is there
Okay,
here.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. So actually 7 people is there. Somebody is not given. Okay, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow they will give. Okay, guys, we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. See you
Okay, sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.